Hi, my name is Juey and I am filming my newbie to booktube book tag. So I am now starting a new booktube channel and I have never filmed before. This is very awkward for me to be looking at my camera and just talking as if someone's behind it, but we're doing the best we can right now. And I've seen some of my favorite booktubers start their channels with a newbie book tag, so that is what I'm doing today. So let's get right into it. So the first question is, why did you start booktube? So I feel like a lot of people who do start booktube start for this reason, but it's just to build and find my own community of people who I can rant to about the things I read. So I don't have a lot of friends who are into reading or like talking about books in general, and I have joined a lot of online communities, or I do follow a lot of different YouTubers who have book communities, but I'd also like to create one for myself where I can just, I don't know, rant to people about the books that I like and perhaps not be treated as a crazy person while doing so. And besides that, I hope to be able to connect with a lot of people who read the same kind of books I do, or maybe just people who read different books as well, to discover what's out there, what's new. And I think this is my way of contributing to the book community online, which I have loved for years and years at this point. So yeah, this is me starting BookTube. The second question is, what can I bring to BookTube? And to be honest, I don't think I can bring anything new, or I don't think I can really bring anything that interesting. I like to read what's pretty famous out there. I look on Book Talk, BookTube, and listen to other people's recommendations before I pick up a new book. And I also typically don't have the most original ideas or reviews when it comes to reading, but I will say I think I'm very open to reading a different variety of genres. If somebody recommends me a book that's not really in my preferred genre, but they rave about it and tell me just how much they loved it, I probably will pick it up eventually. I'm also a pretty slow reader because I am a student, meaning I can't devote hours and hours of every single day of my life to reading, which means I probably won't be just spewing out all the videos and all the book reviews within like a timely manner. As for what I can bring to BookTube, I'll just say a new voice, a new face, maybe a new background. Yeah, that's what I can bring to BookTube. Ooh, so the third question is, why do I love reading? Okay, so I feel like this question is very cliche. A lot of people answer with the same reason, and I will say one of my reasons is also escapism, being able to go into a world where I know it doesn't really exist and be a character that I know that I personally am not, but just experiencing something new in their shoes and seeing the world from a new perspective is always very fun. And I think the idea of escapism isn't just to try and not be who I am and try to just escape my reality. I think the idea of escapism and being able to experience different people's experiences is to understand the world from multiple viewpoints, which I love doing personally. Another thing I love about reading is being able to go to a setting that I can't really be in. I don't have the freedom to go wherever I want, whenever I want, and there are some places that I want to go that don't really exist, like fantasy settings, but through reading and through imagery and the descriptions of these places, I can almost imagine in my head that I'm the person who's in that location, in that place, experiencing these things that these characters are feeling, which is just so exciting. And honestly, the third and most prominent reason why I love reading is just because it's so enjoyable. For me, reading is like watching a movie. Like, instead of I don't really understand movies really well because I'm not able to see or hear what the characters are actually thinking, but when I'm reading something, I fully understand. I can go at my own pace, and it's just another story to listen to. It's just fun. Ooh, okay. The fourth question is, what got you into reading and when? I started my reading journey in elementary school when I first picked up Harry Potter. I know it's a cliche, but we all gotta start somewhere. It was my first time really experiencing a truly fantastical world. I mean, there are many reasons why Harry Potter is one of the most popular book series in the world, and I obviously got sucked into that world as well. And after Harry Potter, I moved on with The Land of Stories and Percy Jackson, all those YA books, middle grade? I'm not sure, but like those kind of books. And I genuinely like loved audiobooks. If you go on my old Audible account, I swear I listened to the exact same books like Percy Jackson and The Land of Stories probably over 50 times each, because I was just sitting there, like if I was in the car, if I was showering before bed, like whatever I was doing, there was an audiobook next to me playing at all times. I'm pretty sure my parents got sick of hearing it, and it got to a point where I could recite the literal lines that some of the characters were saying because I just listened to it so much. But yeah, those were the books that introduced me to a fantastical world and an alternate reality where I can just enjoy the ride and the story. And from then on, as I grew up, I also got introduced to booktube and book talk, where there were a lot of trending books, and I got to learn about new releases, and I also get book recommendations from a lot of people, and whenever I hear something new, I picked it up, and yeah, that's why I started to read and still love reading. So the fifth question we've got is, what kind of challenges will I face while trying to maintain this booktube channel? First off, time management. I am a student. I don't have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to read and edit and film, but I will try to post at least my monthly wrap-up. That is my goal for this year, to try to keep up with that. Another challenge I probably will face is my reading speed. I'm not the fastest reader out there. I typically only read about 1 or 2 books a week. Sometimes it takes me 2 weeks to finish one book, and I know that's not very ideal for somebody who wants to constantly review and talk about books. But besides that, I know I will face a lot of challenges while trying to deal with a whole entire channel on top of everything else I'm doing for school, but hopefully I can maintain this channel and perhaps build my own community of people who love books. And the final question I've got is, what are your favorite types of books and what are you reading right now? So I'm gonna start with what I'm reading right now. Currently, I'm reading I Fell in Love with Hope by Lancali, I think that's how you say her name. I got this book from a friend actually who recommended it to me, and I've put it off for a ridiculously long period of time, but I got into a slump a couple of weeks ago actually, and I didn't know what I wanted to read, so I was just scrolling and figuring out what's popular these days. And I know this book isn't really new. Yeah, it was published in 2022, so that's 3 years ago, but I saw like some sort of fan art of like some kind of anime-y version of the book that people were drawing, and there were like these character profiles of each of the main characters that come out in this book, and for some reason the drawings were really cute, and that just intrigued me so much, so I decided to finally pick it up. I'm about halfway through, and I'm liking the writing. It's very beautiful, but I'm struggling to understand the plot of this book. Hopefully I get something good in the end, and I've heard it made a lot of people cry. I love it when books make me cry, so hopefully in my August wrap-up, if I post it, I will tell you that I love this book. In addition to that, I am re-listening to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows on Audible, just on repeat, because every couple of years I like to either read the series again or listen to it. Right now, I'm having a great time. I'm on the last book, obviously, and hopefully I can finish it this month. I will say my favorite genre is probably fantasy. Some of my favorite series, I know you've probably heard of them a million times, but I love the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and I don't know why everybody says the last book is not that great, because it was my favorite. I also love Holly Black's Cruel Prince trilogy. I have not read the duology that comes after about Oak, the little brother, but hopefully I get to it sometime this year. Besides that, this year, some of the books that I absolutely adored were Babel by R.F. Kuang. I think she's a genius. It's incredible what she's writing. I love the Schwab's works. I read Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil a couple To name a couple of other books that I love this year, we first have If We Were Villains. I absolutely love this book. The ending, yes, I understand why people love this book now, and I'm so glad that I got to read it. Another book I absolutely loved was Babel by R.F. Kuang. It was heavy, but just read it, okay? Like, R.F. Kuang, she's a genius. I think she's one of the greatest authors we have in our generation. And another author that I absolutely started loving this year is V. Schwab, because I first started off reading V. Schwab this year with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I personally love this book because I love how she explores the idea of immortality and traveling through time and space. All of her characters seem to travel to different cities and go to different places during their extremely long lives. And as a result of my love for V. Schwab's books, I also read Rare Bones in the Midnight Soil a couple of weeks ago. This was also the August read for a book club that I'm in, and I absolutely loved this book. There were some parts that didn't sit well with me, but I just love the way that the characters are just, like I said before, moving through different generations and different decades while also going to different cities like Venice, Paris, and also exploring very traumatic and very interesting topics while they're doing that. But my most absolute favorite book of the year this year in 2025 is Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey, I think that's how you say it. Oh my god, this book broke me. And you know what? One day I'll give a full review on Wild Dark Shore and how it just describes family and love and grief. And if you haven't read it, just pick it up, you know? Just read the first couple of pages. You might hate it, but I might judge you if you do, and hopefully I can rant more about this. But since today I'm just doing the newbie book tag, that was the last question. And yeah, hopefully I'll continue to post and make content related to books, and I hope you really liked today's video. And thank you so much for being here, and if you stayed till the end, thank you so much for watching till the end, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!